Wittenberg Project. How y'all doing today? Yo, got over 100 followers, subscribers, man. Thanks for that. You know what I'm saying? Today's gonna be a somber blog. You know what I mean? What do you do when you realize church will never be what you want it to be? Here's the situation. We go to church to hear Christ crucified, to hear His word, and hear about Jesus. Word and sacrament. Let's leave it at that. Okay? I know there's other definitions people want to use, but that's essential, and it should be in your definition. You know? But what about the community of saints? Like friendship, fellowship, and it's not just a Sunday type thing. Sometimes it's hard when you find a place that gives you the word and sacrament, things that are essential, things that you need, the correct perspective. Christ crucified every single Sunday. But other than your relationship with your pastor, you're just there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you leave there, no one's really involved or invested in your life. And it can be said the other way. You're not invested or involved in no one else's life. It's just weird. It's just weird because, like, you know that for just reading the Acts and the New Testament and stuff that we're supposed to walk this life together, walk this road together. But when that part's missing, it's I don't know. It leaves you in a weird place. I mean, I would say sad. I'm not sure if that's the correct word for it, but hold on, I see a cop. It leaves you in a weird scenario. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do go to a place where you do have that type of personal, intimate relationship with people, where it's actually like community, family, and things of that nature of believers, but the theology's off, kind of leaves you in a weird situation because it's like, you know that your loyalty to the word and it correctly presented and represented, and so that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the aspect of should you change churches. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the aspect of how a believer feels when they're stuck in that situation where it's like, yo, you love your pastor. Your pastor's presenting the word correctly. He's shepherding. He's there for you. If you have questions, doubts, concerns, he's there for you. That's all great. A pastor doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? A faithful servant, a faithful called servant. But when you look to your brothers and sisters, the other sheep out there, and you see them, you know what I'm saying, having that relationship, having that dynamic. You know, oh, how's your kids? Or, hey, not even how your kids, because sometimes that's a totally separate relationship. How are you? What's going on with you? Oh, this. Oh, that's great. This weekend I did this. You know, and they're building relationships beyond just sitting next to each other in the pews where they actually truly do care about each other. When you don't have that, you notice that. And it's a peculiar situation. So it's like loyalty to the word and sacrament and accepting that, I don't want to say outcast, but you're a loner. Accepting that, okay, well, you know, I'm a loner, you know. After church, I'll go shake the pastor's hand. I'll say my words to him, like, yo, man, you know, how are you doing, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Go Detroit Lions. Nah. But, you know what I'm saying? And after that, you know you're just going to sit there by yourself waiting for Bible study to start. Or when Bible study gets out, everybody's going to go to their little groups and you're going to just walk out alone and wait till next Sunday to see people again, see your community of believers again. I mean, there is no solution. I'm not sitting here to act like I have a solution or answer, but it's just something that I thought about and was on my heart. It's like, that part to me, I think is a very key, essential part of a Christian's walk, where you're motivating each other to do good works and things of that nature. But I don't think that's just the pastor's job. I don't think that's just a Sunday thing where it's like, oh, my pastor really encouraged me. And then you go forth and from Monday to Saturday, you have no interaction with your actual home congregation again. And then Sunday you show up again and it's like, oh, hey, you know. Yeah, I don't know. That's something on my heart. Like I said, I have no answers. I mean, I know people are thinking like, well, why don't you just do this? Trust me, people try those things and sometimes it fails. Sometimes, you know, you can only be around so many fancy football conversations and not get an invite before you realize that, yo, not getting an invite. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I'm not gonna beg nobody to join some league or some hang out with me on weekends. Nah, trust me, swag's way too heavy for that. But eventually you have to accept things for what they are. And that might be to be a loner. Might be to be a loner, or split churches, which is you know, you go to one for the word sacrament, and then you go to the other one so you can actually have fellowship and relationships with people and build in people's lives and influence and talk and praise together and things of that nature. I don't know, man. I'm just ranting, man. I'm just ranting on my thoughts that I have, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, Wittenberg Project, keep me in your prayers. Keep you all in mind, man. Oh, feel free to recommend the show. You know what I mean? Got 100 followers, subscribers now, you know what I'm saying? Hey.